Enter a new reality in just 10 seconds with this vibrational secret. What if I told you that you're only 10 seconds away from stepping into a completely different reality? Not in a metaphorical sense, not in a distant future, but right now, instantly. You don't need years of meditation. You don't need to master complex spiritual techniques, and you certainly don't need to struggle to make it happen. The truth is, reality is not as fixed as you've been led to believe. Every single moment, you are shifting between infinite parallel versions of yourself, flickering through different timelines like frames in a movie. Most people live in the illusion that they are stuck in one reality, slowly moving from one event to the next, completely unaware that they are actually selecting and shifting realities in every moment. But once you understand how this works, once you take control of the process, you can consciously step into a version of your life where everything is different, and the shift happens in seconds. Right now, your vibration is acting like a magnet, pulling you toward experiences that match your energetic frequency. If your vibration is tuned to stress, lack, and limitation, your reality will reflect that back to you. If your vibration is tuned to abundance, love, and expansion, your external world will shift accordingly. Most people think that changing their reality is about working harder, doing more, or forcing something to happen. But the real secret is that reality bends to your frequency. The moment you change your vibration, you change your reality. Instantly.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
So how do you do this? How do you shift your vibration so profoundly that you step into a completely new timeline in just 10 seconds? The first step is to realize that your current reality is not real in the way you think it is. It is not something external that is happening to you. It is something you are generating from within. Your perception, your beliefs, your emotional state, and your energetic field are creating the version of reality you are experiencing right now. And this means that if you shift your internal state, the external world has no choice but to shift with you. But here's where most people get stuck. They try to change their reality while still holding on to their old vibrational state. They want abundance, but they still feel lack. They want love, but they still carry the wounds of the past. They want a breakthrough, but they still operate from doubt and fear. And this is why nothing changes. You cannot bring the energy of your old self into a new reality. If you want to shift, you must do it completely. You must drop everything that is keeping you anchored to your current timeline and step fully into the frequency of the reality you desire. And this happens in a single, powerful decision. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of your current reality. The thoughts, the emotions, the patterns that have been looping in your mind. Acknowledge them. And now ask yourself, what if I let go of all it? What if, in this very moment, I chose to embody the version of me who already has everything I desire? Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. What if, instead of waiting for reality to change, I changed first? Because here's the truth. The version of you who is living your dream reality already exists. Right now, in another timeline, in another frequency, there is a version of you who is thriving, who has broken free, who is living in flow, abundance, and ease. And the only thing separating you from that version is your vibration. The moment you align with that frequency, you shift into that reality. This is not a slow process. It does not take years. It does not even take minutes. It takes a decision, a full, undeniable, energetic decision to no longer operate from your past frequency. The reason most people don't experience instant shifts is because they hesitate. They keep looking for proof. They wonder, is this working? And the moment they do that, they slip back into their old vibration. If you want to shift realities in 10 seconds, you must commit with every cell in your being. You must embody the new frequency so completely that reality has no choice but to rearrange itself around you. This means thinking, feeling, and acting as if you are already in the new reality, because the moment you do, you are. Now, let me ask you something. What if you never looked back? What if, starting right now, you completely abandoned the old version of yourself and stepped fully into the new timeline? What if you refused to entertain any thought, emotion, or belief that was tied to your past reality? How fast would your life change? Because the moment you truly commit fully, completely, without hesitation, you are already there. In the next part, we are unlocking the mechanics of reality shifting, why time is an illusion, how your consciousness is constantly flickering between parallel versions of yourself, and the exact technique to stabilize your highest timeline permanently. The quantum shift, how to collapse time and stabilize your new reality instantly. Reality is not what you think it is. Right now, you believe you are moving through time, moment by moment, slowly progressing toward your desires. But what if I told you that time itself is an illusion? What if I told you that instead of moving forward, you are actually flickering between infinite versions of yourself, hundreds, thousands, even millions of times per second? That every single moment you are stepping into a slightly different reality, even if it feels like nothing is changing. The truth is, you are not stuck in one timeline. You are shifting constantly. The only reason your life seems to stay the same is because you are unconsciously choosing the same frequency over and over again. Imagine reality as a film reel. Each frame is a different version of your life. When played in sequence, it creates the illusion of continuity, the illusion of time. But in truth, every single frame is a separate reality. You are not moving through time, you are selecting frames. And the frame you select is determined entirely by your vibration. If you feel the same emotions, think the same thoughts, and hold the same beliefs, you will continue selecting frames that mirror your current life. But the moment you shift your vibration, you begin selecting entirely new frames. And this is where the quantum shift happens. A quantum shift is not gradual, it is instant. The moment you fully embody a new frequency, reality rearranges itself to match you. The problem is, most people don't commit to the shift. They move between vibrations, flickering back and forth between their old self and their new self. They feel high vibe for a moment, then fall back into doubt. They visualize success, then go back to worrying. They affirm abundance but still act from scarcity. And so their reality remains unstable, constantly reflecting their mixed signals. If you want to stabilize your highest timeline, you must stop flickering. You must lock in the new frequency so completely that returning to the old one is no longer an option. The fastest way to do this is through full body alignment. Most people try to shift with their minds alone. They think positive thoughts, they visualize, they affirm, but their body, their emotions, and their actions are still operating from the old frequency. And so, nothing changes. If you want to anchor into a new reality, every part of your being must align. Your thoughts, emotions, body language, tone of voice, and daily habits must all reflect the version of you who already has everything you desire. This is not pretending. This is embodiment. Ask yourself, how would I move right now if I was already living in my dream reality? How would I breathe? How would I speak? How would I carry myself? What decisions would I make? What would I no longer tolerate? If you can answer these questions, you have the blueprint for your quantum shift. The moment you begin living as if your new reality is already here, you make it real. But here's where most people sabotage themselves. They look for proof. They shift their energy, feel powerful for a moment, and then immediately start asking, is it working? The moment you do this, you introduce doubt. And doubt is the frequency of the old reality. Every time you check for proof, you are unconsciously reaffirming that you don't fully believe in the shift. And because reality responds to your dominant vibration, it pulls you back into the old timeline. So here's the real test. Can you hold the frequency even when there's no external confirmation yet? Can you trust the shift so deeply that you don't need immediate validation? Can you move as if your new reality is inevitable, even when nothing seems to have changed yet? Because the moment you can do this fully, completely, with no hesitation, you collapse time. You accelerate the shift. Reality has no choice but to catch up. I think about this. If you are constantly looking for signs that your manifestation is working, you are still operating from the energy of not having it. But if you move through life as if it's already done, as if it's already yours, you are broadcasting the frequency of completion. And completion attracts manifestation faster than anything else. Now, let me ask you something. What would happen if, starting right now, you never questioned your new reality again? What if you never wavered? What if you decided fully, completely, without a shred of doubt, that you are already living in your highest timeline? How fast would your life change? How quickly would opportunities, synchronicities, and transformations unfold? Because the truth is, reality is not outside of you. You are reality. And the moment you decide to shift not just in thought, but in action, in energy, in every cell of your being, you are already there. In the next part, we are diving into the most advanced level of vibrational mastery, how to create a self-sustaining energetic field that locks you into your highest timeline permanently, how to develop an unshakable frequency that repels negativity and attracts miracles, and how to become the kind of person who effortlessly bends reality with their presence alone. The unshakable frequency, how to lock into your highest timeline and become a reality-bending force. There is a level of existence where nothing can shake you. A state where you are so deeply locked into your highest timeline that nothing, no external event, no opinion, no temporary setback can pull you back into your old reality. This is not just about raising your vibration for a moment. This is about stabilizing it so powerfully that you become a force of nature, a being whose energy bends reality itself. Most people fluctuate. They have moments of clarity, moments where they feel unstoppable, moments where they glimpse the infinite potential of their true self. But then something happens, a challenge, a trigger, a moment of doubt, and they slip back into the old paradigm. They question themselves. They hesitate. And in doing so, they unravel the vibrational momentum they had built. If you want to lock into your highest timeline permanently, you must reach a level of frequency mastery where nothing outside of you has the power to dictate your internal state. Right now, your energy is constantly being influenced. Every interaction, every piece of content you consume, every thought you entertain is either reinforcing your highest timeline or pulling you back into your old one. The reason most people never stabilize their vibration is because they are not vigilant about what they allow into their energetic field. They surround themselves with people who drain them. They engage in conversations that lower their frequency. They consume media that fills their mind with fear. They entertain thoughts that contradict their highest self. And then they wonder why their reality doesn't shift. If you want to become unshakable, you must take radical control over your energy. You must become hyper-aware of everything that enters your field and ask yourself one simple question. Is this reinforcing my highest timeline, or is it weakening it? Everything carries a frequency. The music you listen to, the food you eat, the way you speak, the way you think, the emotions you allow to linger, all of it is shaping your vibrational signature. And your vibrational signature is what determines the reality you experience. If you are not consciously curating your energy, you are unconsciously allowing the external world to program your frequency for you. And most of the world operates in a low-frequency fear, scarcity, doubt, distraction. If you are not deliberately choosing your vibration, you are absorbing the collective energy of the environment around you. And that means your reality will always feel like something happening to you instead of something you are actively creating. But here's where everything changes. The moment you decide that nothing outside of you has the power to shift your energy, you become unshakable. You stop reacting. You stop being pulled into drama, into fear, into limitation. You realize that your vibration is your responsibility and no one else's. And when you take full ownership of your energy, you step into a level of power that most people will never experience. So how do you do this? How do you lock into your highest timeline so deeply that it becomes your permanent state of being? The first step is to eliminate all energetic leaks. Anything that drains you, anything that lowers your frequency, anything that pulls you back into your old reality must go. This doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself from the world. It means you must become so aware of your energy that you no longer tolerate anything that is out of alignment with your highest self. It means choosing your thoughts with precision, choosing your words with intention, choosing your actions with full presence. It means refusing to entertain anything that contradicts the reality you are creating. The second step is to embody your highest frequency consistently. It's not enough to feel high vibe for a few moments and then return to old patterns. Your energy must be unwavering. This means practicing the emotions of your desired reality before it manifests. If you want abundance, you must feel abundant now. If you want love, you must embody love now. If you want success, you must carry yourself as successful now. Every moment you spend embodying your new frequency is a moment spent reinforcing your highest timeline. The more consistently you hold that energy, the more solidified it becomes. But here's where most people fall back. They still look to their external reality for validation. They still check their bank account to decide if they feel abundant. They still wait for someone else's love before they allow themselves to feel loved. They still base their self-worth on external approval. And as long as you do this, you will always be at the mercy of the mercy. As if you want to become unshakable, you must generate your frequency from within, completely independent of circumstances. You must decide that your energy is not negotiable, that your vibration is not conditional, that you will hold your highest timeline no matter what. The final step is to expand your energy so powerfully that your presence alone shifts reality. When your vibration is strong, when your frequency is locked in, you don't just change your own life, you change the energy of every space you enter. People feel it. Situations shift in your favor. Opportunities appear effortlessly. This is the level where you no longer chase anything, everything gravitates toward you. You become a living manifestation force, a being whose field is so aligned that reality itself bends around you. Now let me ask you, what would happen if you never wavered again? What if, starting right now, you refuse to operate from anything less than your highest frequency? What if you made the decision, once and for all, to lock into your highest timeline and never look back? How fast would your life shift? How effortlessly would miracles unfold? Because the truth is, you are already there. The only thing left to do is claim it. In the final part, we are unlocking the ultimate level of vibrational mastery, how to transcend all limitations, how to become a pure channel for infinite intelligence, and how to step into the rarest state of all, effortless creation, where you no longer manifest reality, but reality manifests through you. The effortless creator, how to transcend manifestation and let reality flow through you. There is a state beyond manifestation, a state where you no longer need to visualize, affirm, or attract anything, because reality itself begins to flow through you effortlessly. Most people spend their entire lives trying to control reality, trying to make things happen, trying to shape the external world to match their desires. But the highest level of creation is not about control, it's about surrender. Not surrender in the sense of giving up, but surrender in the sense of becoming an open channel for something far greater than your personal desires. The moment you stop trying to manipulate the universe and instead align yourself so deeply with the natural flow of consciousness, you step into the rarest state of all, the effortless creator. At this level, you no longer need to manifest anything, because you realize that everything you could ever desire is already moving toward you at all times. The only reason people struggle is because they block the flow. They resist. They doubt. They overthink. They try to force things to happen in a way that makes logical sense, instead of allowing the infinite intelligence of the universe to orchestrate things in a way that is beyond their comprehension. The truth is, the most miraculous manifestations are never created through effort. They arrive when you are in a state of total openness, total trust, total alignment. Right now, think about the thing you want most. Maybe it's success, love, abundance, peace. Now ask yourself, why do you want it? What do you believe it will give you? Most people want things because they believe those things will bring them a feeling happiness, freedom, fulfillment. But the paradox is this: the moment you generate that feeling within yourself without needing the external thing arrives effortlessly. Not because you forced it, but because you became vibrationally identical to it. What if, right now, you dropped the need to chase anything? What if you stopped hoping, stopped waiting, stopped obsessing over when and how your desires will manifest? What if you simply decided to embody the energy of already having it? Because the moment you do, you step into the effortless flow where life begins to unfold in ways you could never plan. This is where most people struggle. They think, but if I stop focusing on what I want, won't I lose it? Won't I stop attracting it? And this is the misunderstanding that keeps them stuck. The truth is, the more you chase something, the more you affirm that it is separate from you. The more you try to manifest something, the more you reinforce the idea that it is not yet yours. But when you completely let go, when you move as if it is already done, when you trust so deeply that you no longer feel the need to control anything, you collapse all resistance. And in that space of total surrender, reality rearranges itself instantly. The effortless creator does not hope for things to happen. The effortless creator does not try to manifest. The effortless creator simply exists in a state of absolute certainty that whatever they need will appear at the exact right moment. And because they hold that certainty, it does. This is the level where miracles happen, where things show up in ways that defy logic, where opportunities, synchronicities, and abundance become the natural state of your existence. And the reason it happens so effortlessly is because you are no longer interfering with the process. You are no longer trying to control the how. You are simply living in the frequency of already having it, and reality has no choice but to reflect that back to you. Most people think that surrender means doing nothing, that if they stop trying, nothing will change. But true surrender is not inaction. It is inspired action. It is moving through life with a deep, unshakable knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. And because of that knowing, you naturally take the right actions without overthinking. You feel pulled toward the right places, the right decisions, the right people, not because you are forcing it, but because you are finally allowing life to guide you instead of trying to control it. Now ask yourself, what would your life look like if you never forced anything again? If you stopped trying to make things happen and instead simply aligned so deeply that everything you desire flowed to you effortlessly? What if, starting right now, you decided to live as if your highest reality was already here? How fast would everything shift? Because the truth is, the universe is always trying to give you exactly what you desire faster than you think. The only question is, are you open enough to receive it?